guys, Joshua Michael here of Sellway Studios. I want to welcome you to our Sellway Studios Let's Talk Money series. This is just going to be a vlog where I talk to you about the investments that I'm looking at and why I'm looking at them. I decided to start this series because as an independent filmmaker, oftentimes we have to go and find investors for different film projects. And it occurred to me that I would love to be able to invest in my own projects on a much larger scale. I found that the stock market is a pretty good way of doing that if you can be patient and create a plan to grow your wealth. And I'm going to go on a medium scale of risk because I'd like to try to grow some of those monies quickly to be able to invest into different projects. I thought this would be an excellent experiment into what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. None of this is financial advice. I'm simply going to be sharing with you why I'm picking certain stocks and the different things that are going on and what I'm hoping to achieve monetarily from working with these stocks. So let's get started. In the first episode, I'm going to talk about the different apps and why I've used apps and to show you my investment portfolio. I started my portfolio with about $300. Actually, it was $100 when I started, and I've slowly added to it, rapidly added to it, probably in retrospect to most people. But I have about $1,900 in the investments. And here's my portfolio. Here is what you're looking at. Here is my Webull portfolio, and this is my Robinhood portfolio. Now, before I get started, so there's no confusion, I started with the Robinhood app. And when I saw it, I'm like, oh, this is a cool app. It's really simple, and I think for beginners, it probably is an okay app. Although I'm starting to pull my liking of Robinhood, partially because it's set up very like a video game as opposed to like an investment app, which can be dangerous for people who have got impulse control issues and are not very patient. Robinhood here, you'll see it does have the graph, but it doesn't have markers or an explanation of where you are in the graph. You can drag your finger across it and it'll tell you, what the numbers are on the graph. But as far as having graphs and charts at your disposal, they don't have many. They have the pie chart, they have this graph, but the problem that I see with Robinhood is the green and red button to buy and sell, because anytime your stocks go down, it goes red. Anytime it's doing good, it goes up, which is normal for stocks, but normally you're looking at a host of different charts and data that the color is not really an issue. In Robinhood, I think it is designed to get people to react to those colors and more like a video game and being actively involved in buying and selling. And the problem is that when you're buying and selling all the time or very often, oftentimes you're making quick choices without thinking processes through. And so I'm no longer really a big fan of Robinhood, although I do have the app and I have, I've kind of graduated and moved on to Webull. Webull has got a lot of data, it's got a lot of charts, and so there's a learning curve with Webull. For those of you that are new to investments, it can be a little confusing, but you can pick and choose what widgets, and that's the box with the chart in it, is called a widget. What widgets you want on your face page or your front page. And so I only have like 3 or 4 charts. I'll show those to you probably in another video. We'll talk about those later. But there are 2 stocks that I'm interested in right now. So in full disclosure, I did have a bunch of other stocks when I first got started, like Tesla and AMC and Dogecoin and different stuff. And then as I started to fine tune my plan and realize that, hey, if I'm going to try to invest or create investment capital, I really need to change my game plan. And so I sold off all my stocks, and I figured out, did some D&D or due diligence, and figured out there are some hedge funds and some stocks that are a little more volatile, but they're able to create wealth very quickly. And then there's ETFs, and I do have some ETFs in another investment app. But right now, I'm looking at BBIG, because BBIG just is doing a merger with, I believe it's GREE, and they're doing a spin-off company called Dynatide. And anybody who owns stock with BBIG is supposed to get dividend stock into this new company right off the bat for having a certain amount of shares, or whatever it is, whatever they come up with, or whatever the ratio is. So we'll get some free stock through this other new company. BBIG, as I understand it, is a green company, and they do a lot of different things. But they are their big thing right now is their merger. I had bought in when it was about $2 to $4, I think, somewhere around there, and then it skyrocketed and climbed up to even $11, dropped down to $8. We've been holding at $8, and so I've been buying more stock in BBIG. Because of the merger, it's merging with a larger company, and so the price is supposed to skyrocket, or what they call skyrocketing. Again, none of this is financial advice. I'm simply telling you what my research and my due diligence has acquired. So anyway, so I decided to invest in BBIG, and I'm hoping that after the merger and the proxy and all that stuff, that I'll wind up with some other free shares in this other company, and that'll be an advantage as well. BBIG is supposed to climb to roughly $15 to $20 here in the next month or so. That's pretty well a given, considering the circumstances of BBIG. So for me, BBIG is a good investment. It did crash. There were some people that crashed, meaning it dropped from 11 to 8. I sort of expected that because of the merger. They're going to drop the price due to other statistical issues, like the calls and puts that are going on. So, but BBIG is holding at basically around an 8.3. We'll see. It's supposed to go up again tomorrow. Again, we'll see. Not financial advice. I'm just saying. I'm hoping it'll go back up to 10 before the proxy comes out and when it shoots up. So I've gone ahead and invested into BBIG, and I normally would not put, I don't have all my eggs in one basket, but I put a lot of eggs in this basket because of all the research I've done into this one particular stock. The second stock that I have is a cryptocurrency called SHIB. It's SHIB USD. Now SHIB, like Bitcoin, has started at like 0.00007, I think, which seems very low to most people that don't understand how cryptocurrency work. But cryptocurrencies, because it's not a real currency yet, are bought at a much lower percentage, and then due to the influx of income, the cryptocurrency raises, and based on different statistical things that happen with the company and whatnot, that cryptocurrency then grows in value, like Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin right now is at like 24,000, something like that, per coin. SHIB, I believe, will probably eventually break the $100 mark, but right now we're so low. Right now is a great time to buy SHIB, and even if we go up to, like, say 1 cent, a lot of people have made millions and millions of dollars. But today we're up 170%. So, go figure and realize that this is a moment you can buy into a cryptocurrency at a very low rate, like the ones that bought Bitcoin. And Bitcoin those that bought Bitcoin before it ever was anywhere near 1 cent are now millionaires and billionaires. So, you know, it's a matter of waiting out the tide and letting time do its thing. And sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. But these are the two currencies right now these are the two stocks right now that I'm really invested in. Eventually, my plan is to sell off some stocks and invest back in AMC and other things. But right now, I'm focusing on this because I'm trying to get a base capital amount for our nonprofit film production company. So that's the experiment that I'm working on. We'll wait and see, and I'll do more updates, obviously, as time goes on. I'm going to leave a link for the Webull app below if you're interested in following my updates and you'd like a free stock. Go ahead and download from the link, and I'll get a free stock, you get a free stock. It's a win-win for everyone. And then you'll get to sit here and listen to me ramble on about, you know, the different stocks and how they're doing and why I'm investing and how I'm trying to create more investment capital for my company, Selway Studio. So that having been said, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making it for you. Remember to smash that like button and share it with your friends. I hope to see you in the movies real soon.